Happy Friday, Del Mar. Thanks so much for spending your Friday afternoon right here with us. We're your hosts. I'm Paige Marley.
I'm Leah Rizzo, and yes, we made it. We made it through a rough weather week. We're kind of gearing up for potentially another one, but in the meantime, we got you covered with all the fun stuff.
That's right. The rain should be on its way soon. So just cuddle up on your couch. We have a lot for you. There's news after this. Your Friday night is going to be spent inside your home, and that is the way we like it.
That's right. In fact, some people might consider that a little bit more of a hobby that trends older.
But that's okay.
But that's okay. I mean, there's also been an uptick, I think, in 20-somethings adopting hobbies and habits of hobbies that are considered for older people, generally speaking.
Yes.
I definitely have some elderly hobbies, some might say. My bird watching.
Yes, but it's perfect. Old traits, older traits, if that's what you want to call them, being a grandma, being a grandpa, it's in, you guys. It's in. It's cool.
Not only is it in, but I almost feel like it's not uncommon to see older people and think like, I think they were a happier generation. And maybe their hobbies had something to do with it.
I mean, seriously, no one was judging them for staying home and crocheting.
That's right.
Being in bed by midnight. That's on my late days. Like my late days. There was a girl on TikTok yesterday who she was like stressing out because she says, my boyfriend is playing in a band and I have to go see him. And everyone's like, what's the problem? She goes, he doesn't start until 10:45. I like to be home at 10:45. And I felt that in my soul.
The switch between getting ready at 11 p.m. to start going out on the town and like needing to be in bed by 11. Like you hear an event and your friends are like, all right, what time does it start? And they're like, 9. And you're like,
nope.
I'm sorry,
I won't go. In college, when I was on the dance team, we would have all these fun parties every weekend, and the pregame would start at 9. The pregame.
Yeah,
I can't even pregame anymore.
We used to start getting ready at 9 o'clock. We'd pregame. We would order pizza, and that way our future selves would come back home, and we'd be like, "Oh man, past us loved us by ordering pizza."
Wait, that's so smart. I never thought of that.
It was when my good friend Jess, shout out to her. She was the angel that knew that. Sober you would take care of yourself a lot better than by the time you were stumbling back home from the bar.
Yes, what I like right now though is, especially I think TikTok had a lot to do with this, because you have the soft girl era is kind of what everyone was calling it, but you also have like Alex Earl, who people love, and she kind of brought back that party girl way of like, it's okay, and it's more of a do what you want, like stay in, go out, as opposed to like, I definitely felt pressured back in the day to go out a lot.
Yeah, I was just never a night owl. I've always been a morning person. I've always been sort of a grandma at heart, and that's why I was very excited to now live in a space where I can garden, I can watch my birds. I have my little sketchbook where I sketch the birds, and I'm like, look, who's visited the feeder today? Like and it's amazing.
And you even said yesterday when we did Spill the Tea, you were like, we're planning a tea party.
That's right.
You know, so just coming out, enjoy all your grandma traits, and let's stop calling them like old traits. We should call them like, I don't even know, I can't think of anything cool.
Fun traits.
Fun traits.
Fun hobbies.
The cool fun traits, exactly. Be yourself, you guys.
That's right.
I'm going to drop a little bomb on you, and this is coming from someone who's one of 5 kids, so I'm not judging you. Leah, you have siblings?
I do. I've got a brother and a sister.
Apparently, they say that the more siblings you have, the better chance you have of having poor mental health, which I don't agree with. I don't believe this.
See, I don't agree that either, because like my siblings and I were best friends. I'm like, my sister and I are tighter than tight. My brother's always a fun time to hang out with. Like we love spending time together, and it's always some of my favorite time spent is with my siblings. But I think what they're saying more so, and the metaphor that they used was, if you think of parenting resources as like a pie. You have one kid, they get all the pie, they get all those parenting resources thrown at them, all their time, all their attention, all their money, all the schooling and sports, all of that stuff gets channeled to one kid. More kids you have, the more pie slices you got to divide up, and so you do end up kind of dividing maybe your time, your attention. I don't know, maybe some of those life skills that are easier to pass on if you only have one kid to worry about, and then you kind of lose track of who you've taught what. Maybe
if this was like the Duggars, I could, like 19 kids.
I'm sure there's a limit.
Yeah, like that could make sense. I feel like don't think that if, I want to have a second kid, but now they're going to have 50% chance more likely to have mental health issues. I don't think that's it. My siblings and I love it. I have 4 people I can go to when I'm having trouble. We can relate. I think it helps me stay sane.
Yeah.
If I am sane,
Especially because I'm 3 years in between each sibling. So like we were always perfectly spaced of like, if the younger one needed help, I had just gone through it, or like if I was in struggling, my brother had just gone through it, but like also had enough wisdom that he could be like, here's what you do, and I'd be like, yes.
Exactly.
So I think there's a lot of good to having siblings. I mean, again, you've got built-in best friends.
Yes.
A lot of the time, usually after adulthood. But
I would hope so, definitely. So if you see that stat floating around like we did, just put it to the side. I don't agree with
blame your siblings for your problems.
Exactly.
You got options.
That's if you're not fighting with your siblings a little bit, what are you doing? You know? just a little.
Just a little. And we love to talk about red flags here on Coast Life. The serious ones, the silly ones, all the flags in between we have discussed. So we were talking about maybe, this one's less for relationships and more just like red flags that you see in someone's home that you're like, uh-oh, I'm out. Like this can't be my friend. This isn't my person. What are some of those for you?
Oh man, I'm not gonna try to be too judgmental, but like, have you guys seen the movie You? I mean, the show You?
Yes.
Okay, so he has like a cage in his basement.
That would be a pretty obvious red flag, I would think.
I'd definitely say that one. I'm trying to think if I've ever gone to someone's house and just been like, nope, not doing it. You know what the red flag is for me? Is if like I'm going to someone's house, especially as a kid, and the parents like are fighting really loud and act like I'm not there. I feel like that's a red flag for me. So, or like just being mean to a visitor.
Yeah.
That I would say obviously like a red flag.
Yeah, lack of manners would be a good one. I feel like if they're mean to their dog.
Oh,
like if anybody is rude to their pet, then I'm like, ooh, I don't know that we could be friends.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Yeah, I think that, and I think like obviously this one's a lot more harmless than I think anything, but like if people are collectors, like my grandma used to have all these creepy dolls. Oh. And I was like, they're for sure haunted. There's no way they're not. Like, I don't want to be hanging out in this room with all the creepy dolls staring at me. So like if you're a collector, I get it. I think it's cool that you got a hobby, but like if it's clowns or dolls,
I'm out.
The porcelain faces.
My aunt does that. And I boycott like her room, this one room that all of them are in. If she had them all over the house, I truly don't know if I could go over. I love her, and her house is beautiful, but like the dolls.
And now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, my grandma gifted us both creepy dolls and also creepy porcelain clowns that sat on like a swing, and like you would hang the swing up, and like I don't know, they were these weird aerial clowns. So maybe that's why I think it's a
keep an eye on them. Make sure it's
I don't
they're not
know,
moving around. That happens.
I think the clown lasted like 2 seconds before we were like, nope.
Leah, okay. I don't know if I'm going to your house. I'm just kidding. I've been to your house. It's great.
That's right. But again, all green flags here on Coast Life. Our field correspondent Maya Henry is going to tell us what's coming up on the show.
Coming up today on Coast Life, is your home in need of a good deep cleaning? We have some tips to keep your living space feeling fresh and clean. And bored with your routine skincare? Don't fret, because we're bringing you products from a local business that will make your skin glow. Plus, looking for a sweet treat to add to your food favorites? Don't go anywhere, because we have a sweet and salty treat to satisfy your cravings. All that and more when Coast Life gets back.
Coast Life is brought to you by BB Healthcare, Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, Preston Automotive Group, Shell Brothers, and the Parker Group.
All right, everyone watching, I know you've struggled with your skin in some capacity before. We all have insecurities. Maybe it's acne, maybe it's wrinkles, maybe it's spots. We've all been there, and it's okay because we have a lot of help, a lot of really good help on Delmarva. I'm so excited to introduce you to my friend, Valine Hathaway with Face of Grace. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me today. I'm very excited to be here.
We love talking to you. Every time I talk to you, I come away learning something more about not just my skin, but like my health overall. You're so smart. So first, just tell us, for those who maybe don't know, what is Face of Grace?
Sure. So I am a holistic skincare studio located in Lewis, Delaware. And I focus on facials, skin health. I look at your lifestyle, what you're currently using, what your struggles are, what your goals are, to really come up with a comprehensive plan to help you get to where you want to be, both with facials, sticking to a routine, and sometimes there's lifestyle changes that we need to tweak a little bit, but you know, your lifestyle, your body, what's inside also impacts what you see on your skin, so that's also very important, and we take a look at that.
I love that, because you and I were talking earlier about everyone, it seems, on social media especially has these like magic treatments, right? It's like, oh, just put this on your face, you're not going to have acne anymore, or your fine lines are going to go away. And last time you and I talked, you were like, well, try cutting things out of your diet, and I was so mad, but I cut a lot of dairy out of my diet, and I saw a huge difference. But it helped so much. So talk to us about these trends we're seeing, and why not everyone should just jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah, sure. So I like to do a little bit of de-influencing.
Perfect.
Every new year ushers in new trends, right? We see it every year, whether it's hyaluronic acid, niacinamide. With skin this year, we're seeing a lot of mandelic acid. I love all of those things. I do use them myself within my skincare routine.
Right.
Way back when it was charcoal masks, right?
Oh, yeah, remember those days.
And people with dry skin were using charcoal masks. So not every trend, not every fix, one is going to be right for your skin type, which is important to know. But also without the foundations, without you having a foundation of really understanding your skin, rarely is one product or one ingredient that's being pushed is going to be the fix that you're looking for.
Definitely. So maybe like hormonal acne, for an example. A lot of women might get hormonal acne, but topical treatments might not always work. It's kind of what's inside as well that could be affecting this.
Correct. So your skin is a dual-sided organ. So what is going on internally is very important for what you're seeing externally. Your skin is a communicator. It's part of your immune system. It's part of your nervous system. So we really like to look at everything going on to give you a better understanding of long-term success for your skin.
Perfect. So when we go to Face of Grace, I've been before. She gave me a facial. I got the Orange Crush facial.
Yes.
You guys, listen. I was in the middle of my work day, and I've never wanted to just fall asleep. And even when I went home, I mean, my skin was just, it felt tighter. It felt, I almost want to say like juicier. It was plump, and I just loved my skin in that moment.
Hydrated.
It was the best. So take us through, if someone comes in, they're like, I'm having trouble. What kind of facials you offer, what services?
Yeah, so before you come in, you'll get a link to an intake form. It's pretty extensive because again, we're looking at this holistically. So I want to know, what your stress level is like, the products you're using, what your skincare routine is like, foods that you might be allergic to or eat a lot of. But you'll come in, all of my facials are 75 minutes. They're fully custom. I have an outer piece facial, which is my signature facial. It's what I recommend everybody book when they first come in. Whether we need to do gua sha, facial cupping, LED, what you need, you'll get with me. And then we have the Orange Crush, which is focused on pigmentation, a lot from the sun that we love in Delaware. And then I have a higher dose, which is using a high percentage of vitamin A that I help push deeper into the skin with the help of a microchanneling pen.
Amazing. I mean, you just have so many options. And the first time I went to you, I came back to work and I said, ladies, we're all going to Face of Grace. Some of my coworkers did make an appointment. And of course, we want all of you to celebrate that too. So you have kind of a fun Valentine's promo, if you will, pre-Valentine's promo.
Yes, so if you come into Face of Grace between now and February 20th, when you're booking your appointment and filling out your form, if you just write in COASTLIFE TV, where it asks you how you heard of me, then you get a 15% discount off the cost of your facial.
Amazing. I mean, why wouldn't you do that? Just get ready for Valentine's Day, new year, new skin. We're getting healthy this year. I just love it. Also, I kind of love how we forgot to introduce Pudding because just been sitting there like a little gem. Hey, Pudding. Pudding maybe at Face of Grace too, if you go. So, Valine, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. What you're doing is so important. Thanks for keeping us looking good and feeling our best. All right, well, we have a lot more to get to keep you feeling your best and having some fun when we get back.
Coast Life, earlier this week, we told you we'd be talking to Heather's Homeworks with some tips and tricks on how to keep maybe those areas of your house that you don't think about all the time clean, and especially now after the holidays, it's a good time to do exactly that. We've got Heather and Lexi with Heather's Homeworks joining us on the Coast Life couch today. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for being here. And you guys brought some stuff, some common household items that people maybe don't think about. All of Paige's favorite things.
They really are. Now, I was telling them earlier, I'm very messy in general, right? But things like air filters, I love. I know that sounds so weird, cleaning the lint trap, it's so satisfying. But you were mentioning some things that we don't really think about, some things not all of us even knew needed to be cleaned in our house. How gross is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of times we go on automatic pilot and we think everything's rolling along just fine. But there are like little details that we need to keep up with to keep ourselves healthy through the winter time when we're in our houses, we're closed up, we're encapsulated. Thinking about things like air filters, the refrigerator, everything like that. Just like little details that we kind of like maybe let pass by.
Yeah, I mean, I think bringing in these things to help visualize just how bad it can get, and maybe when it's time to start changing out those filters. Like, what does a dirty air filter look like? When should people start changing those?
Yeah, it can get pretty interesting once you open the container and you look inside. You think that it's been running well. It's right next to your bed. You think you're being healthy, and then you go, "Oh, when's the last time that I cleaned that filter, or vacuumed it, or washed it?" So that's one of the things that we wanted to talk about today. I have 2 dogs and 3 cats, and they say that you should change your air filters out in your home for your heating and air conditioning units once every quarter, like every 90 days.
Sure.
Okay, this is an example of my air filter after 3 weeks.
Ooh,
which
look at that.
I don't know if you can get in on that. It's not pretty. I have a German Shepherd and a Lab and 3 cats. So I have actually my air filters on automatic shipping through one of the major retailers that comes to my house. So every time it shows up, I know, hey, it's time to change the air filter out.
That's a
because
great,
I
simple
couldn't
idea.
go 90 days. That's 3 weeks.
Yeah. Wow.
So I want the clean filter.
Yes, what a difference.
When I'm in my house in the wintertime, I want to know that I'm breathing clean, fresh air. Plus, it helps with your energy efficiency, cuts down on your electric bills because your appliances aren't having to work as hard to keep your house healthy and fresh.
That makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
And you guys were telling us earlier too about some things that you don't think about cleaning. Heather, even you were like, wait a minute, we got to clean this. And can you tell us a little bit about this story? It cracks me up.
Which one?
The dishwasher one.
Oh, the dishwasher. Lexi knows that story.
Okay.
Yes. So we were, brainstorming, and I said, "Did you know that your dishwasher has a filter?" And she just looked at me like, "No, I did not know that." And oftentimes you don't think that you have to clean the things that are supposed to be cleaning for you. So there is a filter usually on every single dishwasher. You can find your manual, see where it is, look it up on YouTube.
Usually under that rotator thing.
It is usually under the rotator at the bottom, and all you do is do about a quarter turn and it pops out, and you would be shocked at the things that build up in there. Food, glass, sometimes pet hair gets in there.
I had some cellophane in mine when I went to clean mine out. I was like, how did that get in here?
All the mystery disappearances.
Yes,
Exactly.
I just want to get a whole new dishwasher. I don't even want to look at it.
So they say you should do it about once a month. Just run it on an empty cycle, take the filter out, and clean it. And it also prevents blockages in the lines, which could break your appliance. And those are huge investments in your home.
Yeah.
So.
Perfect. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. That's a lot. You guys brought some other things with you to show off and remind people of cleaning.
We did. So one of my things, because I have so many pets, we get a lot of buildup of hair around the house and in the laundry. On the leggings, the black, constantly lint rollering everything. But these wool dryer balls are really great. They're energy efficient and they're eco-friendly.
Nice.
So if you're allergic to chemicals, you have someone that has sensitivities, you can invest in these. Most major supermarkets carry these wool dryer balls. And you can, if you want to scent your laundry, you can add some type of essential oil, a few drops on the dryer ball, let it sit about a minute so that it has time to absorb, so it's not just on the surface, and throw that in with your laundry. You can scent it chemical free with a natural product. And it also cuts down on your electric bills because you can save anywhere from 10 to 25% of drying time. So that's your electric bill. You know,
Yes.
that's saving
solves
you
a
money.
whole bunch of my problems.
Exactly.
Saving money. My boyfriend is allergic to dryer sheets, so we can't use those.
Who knew?
This
And these are great because these are over 500 uses
Oh my gosh.
per. And then once they've outworn their usefulness in your dryer, you can scent them and use them as a sort of sachet in your drawers, in your dresser, right? So it has a wonderful lifelong purpose.
Yes, this is like the holy
And it's
grail.
eco-friendly. And once you're done with it, you can actually bury this in the ground and it will disintegrate naturally.
Decompose.
Oh my gosh.
You know, so you're not creating any wasteful, trash.
Yeah.
The
and
perfect product.
Saving money.
Where have you been all my life?
I know, right?
That's incredible.
And you got one more
Yeah.
thing. Is it just like a little appliance cleaner that you have?
Sure. Most major appliances, like washing machines for your laundry or dishwashers, most major manufacturers have some kind of cleaning chemical that you can run on an empty cycle to clean the appliance that's cleaning your clothes or your dishes or things like that.
Awesome.
So
Empty cycle.
Empty cycle. Please remember that.
Please.
Awesome. Well, Heather and Lexi, thank you, ladies, so much for coming in. I mean, I think you certainly opened our eyes to a lot of cleaning that needs to get done, but also how to do it, and some great ideas to keep our homes clean so that we can stay healthy in the new year.
Yes, I'm so excited to put these to use.
Yes, awesome.
well, thank you for having us.
Anytime.
Of course, anytime. Come on back. We do have a little bit more Coast Life to get to, though, so don't go anywhere.
This segment of Coast Life was brought to you by Heather's Homeworks.
Well, I know we all love the beach. We love the coast so much. Maybe going on vacation, right? Celebrating the summer. There's a lot to do. But our area has so much incredible history. And how often do you really dive deep and honor and remember it? But today we're going to do just that. We have our friend, the lovely Dr. Heidi Nastrom-Evans with the Rehoboth Beach Museum back with us. Heidi, thank you so much for being here.
Hi, Paige. It's so nice to see you again. Thank you for having me on the show again.
Of course. We loved having you last time. If you remember, Heidi was here last time because you had just gotten the job as director at the Rehoboth Beach Historical Society and Museum. How's it been going?
Well, it's been 2 months and we're moving right ahead with lots of programs and exhibitions that are coming up. I wanted to let your viewers know about our Black History Month program coming up February 22nd, where it's called Those Who Led the Way. And it's celebrating 3 of our community's most beloved teachers, State Representative Stell Parker-Selby, Reverend Janet Mall Martin, and Ms. Wayne Paskins, who were all teachers in the area. They all grew up during segregation, and they all have gone on to do important civic work later in life. And we're going to have a roundtable discussion with them on February 22nd at 5 p.m.
That's so exciting. I love that you're already looking ahead to next month, but you also had some exciting things happening this month. That's why you brought in some props for us, which we'll get to in just a second. But let me know what happened recently. You were kind of diving into the fashion, if you will, of the beach area.
Right. Well, we had earlier this week Representative Pete Schwarzkopf, the former Speaker of the House, and Senator Russ Huxtable come to the museum to help us think about ways to partner with the state moving forward now that I'm director. And we were walking through the galleries, and Representative Schwarzkopf was telling us that he started off in life living in Bethany Beach and was a lifeguard there. And so we were looking at our displays and laughing about how men's swimming trunks have gotten longer and longer over the years, while women's bathing suits have gone in the opposite direction.
Definitely.
So I brought some artifacts from the museum to have a little show and tell so we could sort of recapture the conversation that we had with our legislators at the museum. We went up after we were looking down in the galleries, we went up into museum storage and we looked at this wonderful photograph. At the museum, when we handle artifacts, we put on these white gloves. If you wouldn't mind, then you can touch the artifacts that I brought. with me.
Thank you for bringing me some gloves. This is exciting. I hope my nails are going to fit in them. I have pretty long nails. Perfect.
Yeah.
Ooh, I feel so official now.
I will hand you this photograph to start with so
Okay.
you can see there's a woman in this image here wearing a bathing suit very similar to this. And this image and the bathing suit are from the early 1900s.
Oh my gosh.
Now, what you might not notice immediately in the photograph is that there's this rope here, and that's a safety rope. And women used to have to hold on to that rope because when their bathing suits got wet, they could get so heavy that they might drown.
Oh my gosh. Now let's keep the camera on this for just a second longer because people might be watching thinking, Heidi, that's not a bathing suit, that's a dress. But I just want to really point out, this was a bathing suit.
This was a bathing suit. So you can see that while men are wearing bathing trunks today that are, knee length, women were really completely covered up back in the old days. And so were men.
Yes,
if you want to pick this up to show the audience, this is a men's bathing suit roughly from around the same time period. And you can see it's a one piece.
Oh, yes, it is.
Right? And the reason why it has a top like that is because it was illegal for men to be bathing on the beach with their chest showing.
Could you imagine if they tried to make that rule today?
Right.
The men love showing off their chests. Rehoboth Beach, Ocean City, I know they do. And it's like thick. It almost feels warm. Like I would wear this under a coat in the winter.
Well, guess what it's made out of?
What?
Wool. Can you imagine in the summertime, 90 degrees and 100% humidity?
Oh my
That's what people were wearing. This is wool as well.
The dress, I called it the dress again.
Yeah,
but
the bathing suit.
The bathing suit dress. Oh my goodness.
And then just one other note about it all. Back then, people bathed. They did not swim in the ocean. And by bathing, I mean, as you can see in the picture, they're just wading on the edge of the ocean. They're not going in for a full dip.
No, there was no boogie boarding. There was no diving waves and body surfing. I love this. I'd always known there's so much history, but I think you kind of forget how much it's changed. I mean, that bathing suit, for example, I would wear that to work, you know, with some cute heels. So it just cracks me up how much it's changed. Is there times, hours you want to let people know about if they want to see this stuff in person, they can go to the museum?
Well, we are actually closed until March 1st, except for our Black History Month event.
Great.
But after March, we're going to have more and more exhibits opening up. Memorial Day, we'll have an exhibit about amusements.
Ooh,
So, we have Funland and amusement parks on the boardwalk. We'll have more of that in the museum.
Amazing. There's so much to look forward to. I have one more question before I let you go, Heidi. The Black History Month event coming up, is that something that other people can give feedback on, or how can they kind of be a part of this roundtable discussion?
Well, if you're a guest for the event, you are part of the discussion. And we're going to try to record it. But for anybody in the area, I know many people were either students of or their children were students of the teachers that we're going to be welcoming that night. If you want to attend, you can reserve a spot on our website, which is rbmuseum.org.
Perfect. Amazing. Well, Heidi, thank you for being here. This is so fun. Thank you for showing us these amazing artifacts. And I just love to see how you're always dressed. You're always so beautifully dressed. So thanks for coming in today.
Well, so are you. And it's always so nice to see you, Paige. Thank you.
Of course. Come back anytime, okay? Please. All right, you guys, a lot more fun to get to, a lot more to learn about here on Coast Life. Don't go anywhere.
You're watching Coast Life, and it is Friday, so you know what that means. We always have an adorable, adoptable dog for you. And today, I think we have a keeper. We have Shima, and of course, we have Lee from Humane Animal Partners to tell us all about Shima.
Oh,
Shima's a sweet girl.
Our sweet girl, Shima. She's been here for a couple of weeks. She was an owner surrender, so she came from a home. Unfortunately, they just weren't able to care for her. Yes, but they did the right thing by bringing her to us. and now she is available and looking for a new family to love and place to call home.
What breed do you think Shima is?
She is a retriever.
All right.
We didn't do a DNA test on her, but she certainly has all the looks and the personality of a big goofy retriever. So she's about 1.5, maybe a little bit older than that. Okay. And she seems, house trained, crate trained. She's learning to not pull as much on the leash, so she could use a little additional training and guidance, but other than that, she's just happy-go-lucky, up for anything kind of dog, medium energy too, which is nice. She doesn't need to bounce around or run around with toys for hours at a time. She's very content, just kind of hanging out with the humans, and she's really a wonderful dog.
Shima, so when you first got her, was she really, really calm and kind of opened up, or is she kind of like this towards everybody?
She's been pretty even-keeled this whole time, honestly. She's got a very nice, mellow temperament. When she's in the kennels, she's just sort of sits there and smiles at you through the door like, hey, let's go, somebody pick me, I'm up for anything. She doesn't have high anxiety, high stress. She's really just a very great temperament dog and gets along well with everybody.
Yeah, and she knows some tricks too, right?
She sure does.
Wonderful.
She sure does. Let's see.
Okay, you ready, Shima?
Okay,
Shima,
sit. Good girl.
Ooh.
Shake. Yes, good girl.
Yes, and she's so smiley and happy to do it.
She's like, I love doing my tricks.
Yes. Wonderful.
And she also loves walking under legs, sometimes between legs, because I think she likes to have her butt scratched. So, so usually when I'm standing up with her, she'll walk right in between my legs and just pause so that you can get the full butt scratch going on for her.
I think she's going
there
for
she
it.
goes. There she goes. So whoever adopts her, just get ready to give her all the scratchings and the loves that she's asking for.
Sweet. So if someone's interested in getting Shima, she has a big personality.
Oh,
so what kind of family do you think would be best, and how could they reach you guys to pick her up?
Absolutely. So a family that would be right for her, any size, kids, no kids, dogs, no dogs. She's met and loved them all, and a family that just wants that kind of constant companion, someone that wants to be around the family, see what's going on, and join in, but again, doesn't need to be one that's active all the time. If you are interested in Shima, her picture is on our website with a little bit more information, humaneanimalpartners.org. And we just ask that you complete the adoption questionnaire, gives us some basic information about the household, and come on in and meet her.
All right, so you also have one more thing. For the people who already have a dog, but they're finding it hard to find the right foods or the right meals for them, you also have a food pantry for the community, right?
We do, yes. It's for dogs and cats, and it's a way to help folks feed their animals, supplement the food that they're already getting. But if you need help feeding your pets, we have dry cat and dog food and wet dog and cat food. Nice. You come to our facility during open hours, which are Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And just let the person at the front desk know you're looking for the food pantry, and we will give you as much as we can.
So if you have a dog at home and you just need some more food or just some meal options, you can definitely come down here to their food pantry. But if you're looking for a buddy who's just your cozy partner, your adventurer, or someone you just want to chill with, Shima is definitely your go-to, guys. So come on down to Humane Animal Partners in Rehoboth Beach. There's so much more fun coming up right after the break.
Let's sandwich it up. My God. After driving to 3 different McDonald's to find one that has both soft serve and hash browns available right now, we finally got it. And we're gonna try the soft serve hash brown sandwich.
It's time for TikTok Made Me Try It, and you just saw what we're trying out today. Maya, what are your thoughts? Do you think you're gonna like it?
I've seen this multiple times, and everyone that tried it liked it, so I'm gonna give it a go.
Okay, perfect. We brought Maya in because Leah's been known to say she's not a big ice cream girl. I thought Maya would be.
I am. Well, okay, here's the thing. So I used to be obsessed with milk, all things dairy,
And then I found out I was lactose. So I was wondering why every single time I had like milk or ice cream, my stomach would start bubbling. So I don't eat it as much, but I'm definitely going to take one for the team today.
Okay, she's a trooper. I texted her this morning. I'm like, hey, do you want to try this out with me?
I was so excited.
She says yes, and it wasn't until I came back from McDonald's and she was like, oh, by the way. But we're good. It's all in good fun. She'll try anything for a segment, which I appreciate. So let's try it out. We have 4 hash browns in here. And there should still be nice and toasty warm. Here's 2 for you.
Wonderful. So we make this kind of like into a sandwich?
Exactly like a sandwich, yep. All right, let's try it out here. And we just got the ice cream, so it's a little melty, which is good. It'll be easier to put on, I think. But it's not super frozen. All right, I'm just gonna do a nice little, how much do you think you're gonna do? I'm just doing a nice blob.
Yeah, I might just do like a nice blob. How do you think it's gonna taste? I think I know how it's gonna taste, obviously.
I think, actually, I wanna do more. This is gonna be my thing, I think. I think I'm actually going to enjoy it. Here you go.
I think it's gonna have like a nice, salty, sweet type texture and taste, so I'm kind of excited.
I think it could be pretty good.
Put the top
on.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh, we gotta do a little cheers?
Okay.
Cheers. Let's try it out. Mmm.
What would you rate it?
9. What are you giving it?
Give it 8.5.
Wow. I'm so sorry. You're just,
as you can tell, Paige is in love with it.
Listening to us eat. But I think you all need to try it this weekend.
I think so too.
You're gonna be pleasantly surprised.
I'm definitely gonna finish this.
We did an Oreo McFlurry. You can do M&M, whatever you want. It's your life.
Or just plain ice cream. I think either way will be pretty good.
I think even try it if you don't want to spend money. If you have like frozen hash browns at your house or like any ice cream in your home, try it and let us know what you think. I'm gonna finish this.
Me too.
I love this. Thanks for trying this with me, Maya.
Girl, of course.
Send us your TikTok ideas if you want us to try anything. If you're a little too nervous to try it, we'll do anything.
Heck yeah. Definitely with food.
Yeah, definitely with food. We're gonna crush this. Please, please, please try this and let us know your thoughts. And Maya, we have more Coast Life to get to.
I'm excited, girl.
Do
Let's get to it.
We had a great week this week. A fun day today. A lot of guests.
A lot of learning that was
my
done here on Coast Life. Heather's homeworks. How about those little wool balls?
They're amazing, but all I can think about the rest of the day is I was like, I need to go home and I need to clean. I need to clean. I need to clean. I need to buy wool balls. I need to clean.
I definitely need to do a deep clean, I think, for 2024. I'm trying to think back to like what I thought was a deep clean versus what I now know is truly a deep clean.
Yes, exactly. And the worst part is like when she left too, you know, we're saying goodbye to her as she's leaving and she's like, oh, and by the way, clean your refrigerator. It's like, ooh, yeah.
I know. I already know what's sitting back there and I'm like, it's been there since Christmas.
Oh, yeah, probably. So look, you're not alone. You know what else I'm thinking I got to do this weekend? You're gonna have to come over. I don't know what to wear for Monday.
Oh my gosh, we are so excited about this.
We have a really fun guest coming in for you guys.
We've got a guest coming in. She is all about fashion. You know, we love cute clothes.
Yeah.
Trendy things.
Yes.
But yeah, we want to impress her, like overly impress. So I have an outfit in mind.
Okay.
I don't know if it's gonna be too much.
Well, she's gonna rip us to shreds. In the best way. We are asking her. She's gonna come on and basically tell us what we're doing wrong from here to down here. So yeah, get ready for that. And hopefully it helps you out a little bit too in your fashion adventures.
That's right. For now though, we're gonna hand things over to Coast TV News at 5. They are gonna take it from here. Have a wonderful weekend and we'll see you back here on Monday.